I think Predator Badlands is possibly the biggest thing. I think probably that and The Running Man are the two films. So, Sean, if you're okay, I'll give a little bit of a
Yeah.
summary about what this is all about. Okay, so Predator Badlands, like you might have heard the name Predator, and Predator, you obviously have the big bad movie in the 80s, which was Arnie fighting this alien in the jungle somewhere in South America. And that has been a film that has it's an action movie classic. Everybody says Predator action movie classic, no arguing about it. And there have been attempts over the years to make a Predator sequel. They had Predator 2. Then you had Predators, and you had Alien versus Predator, and another Alien versus Predator movie, and The Predator. Nothing's really stuck. And for a while, people were just kind of thinking, you know what? Even when we got the original writer, Shane Black, to come back and write a film, it didn't really work. So they just thought we're just going to let this thing die. Then during the pandemic, a guy called Dan Trachtenberg managed to convince them to give him some money to make a film called Prey, which was a Predator movie, and it was a Predator movie, but it was set like, pre the Europeans getting to America, amongst like, a Native American tribe and a Native American girl fighting a predator. That was the whole idea behind it.
Mhm.
And so that film did really well. It did really well on streaming. And now they have actually given him a lot more money to go make a film, and this time it's in the cinemas. So I think that there's a little bit riding on it. It might be putting too fine a point to say that the fate of the Predator franchise rests on this film, but it kind of does. And he has come up with a different sort of story where this time round, this is the first Predator movie in which you focus on the Predator. So the Predator idea is like he's an alien, and they call them Yautja. Yautja, that's the name of the species. And in this, you're focusing on a predator thing. And also, I just had this random thought when I was thinking about. I don't think there's ever been a character in a Predator movie that has shown up in more than one film. All characters in all Predator movies show up in one film, and then that's it. And I think, yeah, I think about it. If anybody can think about it, I can think about whether there has been someone who's showed up in more than one Predator movies. Let me know, but I don't think there has been. And so so you meet this character, and this whole film, a lot of this is done in the Yauta language. So they've created this language, and you meet this guy on the home world Yauta Prime, and you see that there's a clan of them, and they have this whole sort of like hierarchy of what goes on. And because they're like a hunter species, they value strength, and they value size, and they value all that kind of stuff. So if you're small, if you're weak, you're the runt of the litter. And you meet this character who is the runt of the litter, and his father is like, "You're rubbish. I don't want you. Get out of here." And his brother is like, "Yeah, we've got to do something." And through a whole bunch of shenanigans, he ends up going to a planet, which I think they call the Killer Planet. They call it the Killer Planet. And his idea was just to find this thing, catch this thing, and then finally he will be accepted back home. And I think the fact that they managed to do all of this in a language that I guess technically doesn't exist, and have you follow the story, I think is actually quite impressive. And so he gets to this planet, and it's about him trying to track this thing down, trying to get this, and the whole thing of the thing is he going to be able to prove himself to his family? Sean, what did you think of this?
Okay. Yeah. Well, it was really to start off with. It was quite serious, shall we say? It was quite serious, and
Yeah.
then it gradually become, if I can say it, very Disney-fied. I thought very, very. But I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. But and I agree with you on the sense of like with the language and all that,
Yeah.
and then with the we'll have the universal translator, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it
yeah.
could. Yeah, I mean that was very convenient, but they
But
got it in Star Trek, so it's
I think I think
you know what I mean with the Disney thing, yeah, with
I think
morals
I
and
think I know what you mean. Like the whole thing about I think it's almost it's like the F word when it comes to these films. The whole thing about family, the idea about family, the idea about getting together a motley crew and everything like that. So
tribe,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You get together a motley crew that is sort of like just sort of scrabbled by people. This guy's on a quest and he's supposed to be doing the quest on his own, but then somehow this person joins it, and then this person joins it, and all that kind of stuff. And something that you do halfway through the film might just end up being the thing that saves your life later on. And yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and I mean, like the what was the name of the thing that couldn't be killed? That they I forget the name.
The Nalisk.
The Nalisk, yeah, the
Yeah.
Nalisk. So and the sort of offspring. So
Yeah,
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 so
yeah.
a bit of merchandise coming in there, I think.
Well, the truth is, okay, let's go back to the whole thing, obviously, because movies is a business, and that they've been trying to make a Predator franchise for ages. They've been trying to make this thing into a franchise, and it hasn't really worked. And I have to say, I think Dan Trachtenberg, and Sean might be handling some of the, I think he might have cracked it. I think they might have come up with a way of making this an actual viable franchise with action figures and all that kind of stuff. I think they might have cracked it. But crucially, I think that they have done it while making a very good film.
I'm not knocking the film, because it was really, really enjoyable.
Yeah.
It wasn't the normal sort of like what you was expecting. It was probably to start with, wasn't it? You thought, oh, this was in the beginning, it was a bit.
Yeah, sure. Holly, were you saying something?
Yeah, I was just going to say Disney is effective for a reason, and Disney makes good films.
Well,
something being
not so,
Disneyfied.
No, not so recently.
Necessarily a bad thing.
Not so recently. I mean, the live action remakes, those are just cynical money cash grabs, and they don't care if those films are good. They themselves don't care if those films are good. But I think this one, they have actually, let me put it this way, right? I've pretty much just come out of the cinema before we started recording, come back here to work, and this is the first film that I've watched this year where I've actually thought, I'm really glad I'm watching this film. I'm really glad I saw this film, because I loved this. I love the way that they did it. I love the fact that they because they're predators, and so they go, he's the runt of the litter, he's weak, he's still 6 foot tall, but because they're predators and they're like 7 foot tall, a 6 foot tall thing is like nothing. So he's still a formidable warrior. And I think that the planet that they went to, I feel like it's the most alien planet I've seen on screen for a while, where that whole idea, like there's a lot of shots of this planet that look like like a 1950s sci-fi book cover, where you have like an alien planet with like 3 suns, and you have like something in the distance, and there's something hanging off every overhang, and even the inventiveness of all the different creatures, because they do call this the killer planet, and there's this whole idea of like even the grass in this planet is trying to kill you. And so they do have all these different things, and I thought all of that was really, really, really well done. I feel like there's no secret to the fact that Elle Fanning is in this film, and there's no secret to the fact that there is DNA crossing over from the Alien franchise. So there's a big company.
And what was that? What was the film with Will Smith? I don't know if you noticed. What was the where he's like the pilot? What was that called? No, not After Earth. The famous one with Jeff Goldblum as a scientist.
Independence Day.
Independence Day. Did you notice like they have the skulls of different.
The skulls of the different things that they killed. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure one of them was from Independence Day, I think.
Did not
when
notice.
They went in the thing. Yeah, I thought that's with the.
Oh well,
like
you know what? I'm just gonna have to go watch Predator Badlands again. Oh, woe is me.
That, yeah. So.
Woe is me.
But that was the same as in Back to Predator 2. I know we're going off a bit of tangent there. Do you remember there was the alien skull hanging off?
The alien skull hanging. That was the first time they put them through. And I feel like, but Elle Fanning's in this film, and the way they use Elle Fanning, I think is really good. And the thing about the Universal Translator, there's a line she says that it's pretty much a line said to the audience. She's pretty much looking at the camera when she says it. When she starts speaking Yauta, because Fanning plays a synthetic in the film, which you might have known if you watch Alien Earth and everything like that. Ian Holm, Lance Henriksen, they've all played synthetics and she plays a synthetic. And there's a bit where, because they're synthetics, they're essentially big computers, she starts speaking the Predator's language. And so she speaks it, and then she goes, "Oh, will this be better for you? I speak English, and then but you hear Yauta." And I'm like, that's not a line to the Predator. That's a line to us. that is a line to us as the audience. It's like, thank you very much. It is better. We will skip past it. But I felt like everything, the action scenes I thought worked. I thought that the geography of the action scenes, the logic that the Predator would use to take something down, I thought they all worked. There were some bits where they have some very kind of. There was a bit that I was like, Sean's gonna have problems with this, and the only reason they've done this. The only reason they've done this is because it's like an in-joke for Predator fans. All I'm going to say is, Sean, modified shoulder cannon.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. I know what you mean. Yeah,
the modified shoulder cannon.
yeah, with the like shall we say some capturing of things as well. But yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I did look at. I was watching that. I was going. I don't know how you did that, but you know what? I'm having such a good time. I'm just going to let it go. And
Yeah, I had a good time. I mean, really, I didn't think much of the 4DX, to be honest. I'd have been quite happy to watch it with that,
yeah,
but it was just a convenient time and how it was, you know. I mean, because you had like, when some of those things blow up and sneeze, you were getting puffs of
yeah,
air
yeah,
and all
yeah, yeah,
sorts of
yeah.
stuff like that, and it was like didn't really. It was all gimmicky, and so that didn't really. But the film, I've really got involved. I really enjoyed it. To be
Uh,
fair.
yeah, I really enjoyed the film, and I know at the end they do that because obviously, as I said, I feel like they've gotten something where they could actually launch a franchise now, and there is something at the end where they kind of say, "Ooh, this is where the story could be going." But I feel like the way they do it is acceptable because the film kind of ends, and when the film ends, you're like, "That is a good ending," and then they say. But there could be more for you to come back to. But if you want to ignore that bit, you can ignore that bit, and this is the end of the film for you. I thought it was a great film. I would give this. For me, it's a Stone Cold 4. It's a Stone Cold 4 out of 5.
I agree with you on this one. Yeah, 4. I'll give it a 4 as well. I had a really thoroughly good time. I enjoyed it.
I loved it. I mean, I was.
Yeah.
It's been like one of the most shocking good times I've had in the cinema because
Yeah.
I don't think I was expecting that much. I think Dan Trachtenberg is going to have the keys to the Predator universe for a while because he's done a good thing here. Right.